news courtesy of WOJ Bombs this morning. The Detroit Pistons fired head coach Monty Williams just one season into his historic 6-year, $78 million contract. And of course, after finishing with a league low 14 wins and a record 28-game losing streak. With the draft 1 week away, the Pistons will look for a new head coach while also owing Williams the $65 million plus left on his contract. But Woj was not done. He also reported this morning that all-star forward Pascal Siakam intends to sign a 4-year, $189.5 million max contract to stay with the Pacers, who now have the duo of Tyrese Halliburton and Siakam under contract through 2028 and 2029, respectively. It is the off-season, people, and those are just the first dominoes to fall in what will be a crazy summer. We are just 10 days away from the deadline date for LeBron James and Paul George to decide if they're going to pick up their player options in LA or opt out to become unrestricted free agents. But those aren't the only big names that could have some decisions to make this offseason. Jason Tatum, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, Donovan Mitchell, and Kevin Durant are just a few of the top players in the game that are eligible to sign massive extensions with their current teams. But wait, there's more. This year's free agent class is chock full of talent. Klay Thompson, OG Anunoby, and James Harden are a few more guys that will have big decisions to make on the free agent market. Welcome into NBA Today, presented by ESPN Bet. I'm Christine Williamson here from Malika Andrews, and oh my gosh, what a day to tip off the offseason. We have a really great squad here today. Senior writer Ramona Shelburne will be joining us very shortly, and NBA front office insider Bobby Marks here in studio with me. We also have 3-time champ Udonis Haslem and Monica McNutt are coming to us from far, far away. And with a crew this big, we need to start with the biggest question out there. UD, I'm going to start with you on this one. This offseason, what decision are you looking to, are you most fascinated about playing out when it comes to players in the free agency?
Klay Thompson. I got to see what's going to happen with Klay Thompson. He's the most heralded guy. He's got championships. He's got history. He's got all these things going on in Golden State, and there's an opportunity. I want to see if he ends up in Orlando. I love what Jamal Mosley did last year with the Orlando Magic, but if you look at that team, you can't fast forward and you can't get experience. You have to earn experience. You have to get experience through playing. Who has more playoff experience than Klay Thompson? Also, Orlando Magic struggled to shoot the ball from the perimeter. 36-37% from the three-point line. Klay Thompson shoots 36-37% in his sleep. I know he had some tough games last year, but he shoots 36-37% in his sleep. So I'm looking to see what Klay going to do, and I think Orlando could be a good place for Klay to go. Also, getting out of the West. You truly want to get a championship. The West is only getting stronger. Take a chance, go to the East. It might get you another ring.
I think Klay is intriguing just because this is the second time he's become a free agent in his career. 2019, when he tore his ACL, he really didn't enter free agency there. This time, everybody likes to be wooed. Everybody likes to, it's like college recruiting. Everybody likes to go out there and see what team fits best, whether it be Golden State or maybe a team like Oklahoma City or Orlando, teams that have flexibility to go out and sign shooting. Shooting, as we've seen in these playoffs, matter. Yeah, for sure. Monica, what are you most looking forward to when it comes to this offseason?
So, y'all know I roll with the Knicks closely, and I just can't fathom a world where the OG Anunoby thing does not become a signed deal and he's proceeding as a Knicks, considering how productive he was. But stranger things have happened. The one that intrigues me, and I got to go to you, Bobby Marks, because I'm not sure about the reality on this one when it comes to Donovan Mitchell and the Lakers. Is there a world in which he could actually get there?
Well, I think when you look at the Lakers as far as what they would have to offer, they have certainly their draft pick this year in 2024. And then when you look at 2029 and 2031, they have tradable contracts in Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves here as far as trying to put a package together. Monica, I think realistically probably the best option for Donovan Mitchell is re-signing in Cleveland, whether it be a 4-year, $208 million contract or taking maybe a 3-year deal and becoming a free agent in 2 years from now. I think when you look at it from Cleveland, they have everything that they offer. They're certainly getting to a conference semifinals, and they do not have to go out and gut their roster to get Donovan Mitchell. They could go out and trade a player like Darius Garland or Jared Allen and add to their roster here. So I think more likely Mitchell to Cleveland is probably the more likely scenario than going to a team like the Lakers.
Okay. I mean, if Cleveland was healthy, there are some we wonder what. Not that I thought they would have knocked off Boston, but they obviously were a team that was a contender loosely in the East. But we'll see.
The Lakers, by the way, can trade their 3 first-round draft picks. UD, when it comes to where Spida should be with the free agency situation, what are you thinking about his best fit?
I mean, I think you stay out east. And I have a question. If he was going to stay in Cleveland, then why doesn't he sign the extension? If you're trying to get free agents and you're looking to improve your team and get ready for the future, then the best thing to do is have your best player already signed. So when you pitch into these guys, hey, come to Cleveland, this is what we're trying to do. We already got Donovan Mitchell. This is the future. So I don't know if he's really interested in going back to Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland is his first choice. I think he might really want to get out of Cleveland. If you look back when he was traded to Cleveland, Cleveland wasn't even on his radar of teams where he wanted to go. It was New York. It was another team down south somewhere. I ain't gonna say no name, but it was other teams that he was talking about going to. So Cleveland was never on the list of teams that he really wanted to go to in the first place.
I will say,
go,
I'll just add to that. Like, he's a New York guy.
That's what I was gonna say.
Brooklyn had been one of those things that was percolating because obviously the Knicks ship has sailed. But as I understand it, I think Brooklyn is moving into not looking for quick fixes. They're looking to start to really build again.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He is a New York guy. Also, you guys remember when LeBron was courtside in Cleveland? Not at all there for any reason other than to just watch the game. It was Mother's Day. Savannah was home, but he was there just, just adding a little spice to it. Right, Bobby? Okay, so Bobby, what is a player that you think can shake up free agency the most?
I think Paul George dictates free agency. I just think for a lot of different reasons here, when you look at for Paul George, as far as the ability to possibly sign with the Clippers, and then certainly the scenario of what happens if he doesn't look at re-signing with the Clippers. And here you're looking at the Clippers offseason. They're moving into a $2 billion building. Their 2 big priorities is certainly Paul George, who's got that June 29th player option, and then, of course, James Harden here. This is a monumental offseason. They've already extended Kawhi Leonard for $150 million. But with the decision of what Paul George does, I think will set through a domino effect in free agency here. And as we brought the touchscreen up. We've got the touchscreen up here. And here, we're looking at the Clippers right now. So this is without Paul George and James Harden, if both players signed elsewhere. It's not like all of a sudden a $49 million slot all of a sudden appears. They would only have $22 million to go out and replace those 2 players. This is the wild card team that we're looking at right now. The Philadelphia 76ers. They've got this low Tyrese Maxey free agent hold. They've got close to $57 million in cap space. They can go out and sign Paul George outright, and it wouldn't cost them anything. They don't have to go out and trade picks. They still have some money to go out and bring back a player like Kelly Oubre, Kyle Lowry, Nick Batum. So Philadelphia right now is the team that's got the cap space, and they can go out and certainly sign Paul George outright. Here's one more thing. The Clippers have had a full year to negotiate a 4-year, $220 million contract. It's not done yet.
Yeah.
And and the time is ticking until June 29th.
A lot of things shaking off this offseason. All right, before we get to break, we do have some devastating news out of the WNBA. As Los Angeles Sparks rookie Cameron Brink suffered a left torn ACL in Tuesday's game versus the Connecticut Sun. The former Stanford standout started all 15 games for the Sparks this season. She averaged 7.5 points and 5 rebounds in her rookie campaign. Brink's 35 blocks are the most through a player's first 15 career games since Kia Stokes in 2015, and the second most in the WNBA this season. All right, so to come on NBA Today, Boston's championship core isn't going anywhere. So how many years does this group actually have to run it back? We'll put numbers on it. Plus, Monty Williams is out in Detroit. We'll discuss if that